Wish you happy good evening to all everybody. Today can we start Python programming languages. Okay, many children every time asked me, sir, what is Python, sir? Sir, what is Python programming language about? Please tell me, sir. So that's why today I came to media. What is Python programming language? I start before. What is computer? So what is the use of computer in the society today? Actually, once upon a time in the country, very darkest place, that situation, a beam of a sunlight, it make produce a small power. That power nowadays simply we called computer. Okay, so what is a computer? It is an electronic machine which can perform the calculation, or doing something. This is a definition of a computer. Okay, my dear children, so we have to explain our explanation of a computer. Still now the definition can I tell you one by one. C for simply we called commonly. O for operated, and then M for machined, clear, and then P for particularly, and then U for used to, T for trade off, okay, finally E for education, enormous education, the R for research. Okay, so again I will remember again. C for commonly, operated, machined, particularly, used to, trade off, education, research. My dear children, that's all. Generally, we can create anything or many things. Simply, we need minimum two things. Same thing in a computer also, we need two things. They are hardware, software. These two combined together, simply we called a computer. The combination of hardware and software is a computer. Sir, how sir? Without hardware, software, how can we see in information in computer via or technically or technologically? Same thing, without software, only hardware is there. Anything use? No, my dear children. So these two important things. So in a computer family, at least minimum two things. Number one is hardware and software. These two combination is a computer world today. Computer world today. So what is hardware and what is software? Can I say now? My dear children, hardware is the studying about the physical part of a computer. Clear? Again I will tell you, hardware is the studying about the physical part of a computer. This is called hardware. Okay. Now can I say about software? Software is the non-physical. This is physical part of a computer means hardware, but non-physical part of a computer means software. Software is the non-physical part of the computer. Again I will tell you, my dear children, computer means combination of two things. Number one is an hardware and then software. Hardware means studying about the physical part of a computer. Clear? But software is the non-physical part of a computer. Sir, what's our non-physical part of a computer means? Set of instruction is nothing but set of instruction. This is called simply everybody program. Everybody they will say program. It's nothing but set of instruction. Okay. So software is the non-physical part of the computer. Non-physical means set of instruction is given to the computer to perform a calculation or doing something. So in the play role of a computer, we need two things. One is the hardware and then software. Hardware is the studying about the physical part of a computer. Software is the studying about the non-physical part of a computer. Non-physical part of a computer means set of instruction given to the program. Okay. What is Python? Okay. Actually, Python, the name, the Python name, actually it is a snake, mountain, big snake name. So the big snake, so how much length and power and energy, the same thing in a computer high level language. That's why introduce the name is a Python. So what is Python? Python is a high level programming language. So this language is an interpreted, interactive and object oriented scripting language. Second thing, the Python is designed to be highly readable. Python is designed to be highly readable. Number 3, it can be used as scripting language. Now can I say one by one? My dear children, what is high level programming language? Programming language generally C, C++, Java, C#, and etc. These are languages simply we called high level programming language, because we know how can you create a code and everything. But same in opposite, one thing is that is called a low level language. That low level language simply we called machine level coded, machine level languages. Okay, we know in a computer typing anything alphabetically. So okay, what I am saying simply any information. What Sri Vidya Mandir, SRI VIDYA MANDIR. But computer, that high level coding will goes to low level. So high level typing it goes to machine level. Machine don't know ABCD or SRI. That's why high level into low level, that is called programming translation, means what? Compiler. So compiler will supporting for a high level into low level programming language. So Python is a high level programming language. It is a interpreted also, interactive also, object oriented scripting language. Object oriented scripting language. And then again I tell you, is a designed to be highly readable. Okay, and then it can be used as scripting language. Scripting language, these are detail I am tell about one by one in future. What is OOPS? OOPS means object oriented programming language. In this OOPS can classified into two things: OOPS, OOPL. OOPS means object oriented programming structure. Second thing, object oriented programming language. Now can I say about basic concepts of OOPS? As a programmer, without basic concepts of OOPS knowledge, we cannot create programming. So now we learn knowledge about the basic concepts of OOPS. Can I say a few steps? So these are, first one is classes. The second one is object. Number 3 is an encapsulation. Number 4 is a polymorphism. Number 5 is a constructor and destructor. Number 6 is an inheritance. These concepts are basic concepts of OOPS: classes, object, encapsulation, polymorphism, constructor and destructor, and then inheritance. Now can I say about one by one? Okay, first we will see classes. Simply we called a class. Keyword also class only. So what is a class? Class is a way to bind the data and its associated functions together. Okay, class is a way to bind the data and its associated function together. Sir, can you see any example why, sir? 12 color pen, sketch pens or any pencils, etc. Okay, these color of pens can be make in a bound in a rubber. Okay, we will make bound in a rubber. This is simply we called a sketch box or a pencil box. Okay, simply call no. But 12 colors of pencils or pens or sketches, but combined together, simply we called sketch box. Same thing, a class is a way to bind the data and its associated functions together. Okay, this is simply we call using in a keyword class. Okay, next one is object. Sir, what is an object? An object is a group of data and functions. Okay, these two, sir, what they are doing, sir? Simply can I say data means what? Function means what? My dear children, calculator is a one of the object. Okay, simply it is a one of the object. So calculator is an object. In the calculator, okay, what is data and what is functions? In the calculator inside, okay, any objects can define two things. One is state and then behavior. State and then behavior. Okay, my dear children, in this calculator, how much capacity, color, size, these are all state. Blue color, red color and green color. Come on. Now, these are calculator, this is a state. Behavior means simply we called functions. What the function they will do? Suppose addition, subtraction and then multiplication and etc. etc. So what I am saying, object is a group of data and functions are into an single entity, that is called object. A group of objects simply we called class. Are you clear? So these two concepts is a very important. That's why every programming high level languages we need very important concept is a classes and a object. My dear children, class is a way to bind the data and its associated functions together. A group of object is a data and functions are bound together. These two is a very important concept. That's why you call classes and a object. Now can we go to encapsulation? Sir, what is an encapsulation, sir? Encapsulation means capsule, no, tablets. So this problem, this issues, this type of capsule tablet is there, means okay, solve the problem. Okay, same thing here, encapsulation computer. What, sir? This word is nothing but the mechanism. What mechanism? The encapsulation is a mechanism, data and functions in a bound together into the single entity. It is called encapsulation. So encapsulation is the mechanism by which the data and functions are bound together into a single entity, then it is called encapsulation. Clear? Okay, done. Now can I go now? Polymorphism is a very important word, my dear children. Polymorphism means what? Polymorphism, can I say now? So you have to split into polymorphism. Poly plus morphism. Okay, how can we write? Polymorphism means, simply can I explain? Poly and then morphism. Okay, poly means what? Many. Clear? And then morphism means shapes. Okay, suppose shapes, what? Many shapes. Triangle, rectangle, circle, these are all shapes. Okay, so polymorphism means poly plus morphism. Poly means many, morphism means shapes. Okay, clear? Yes. In this polymorphism, what is the use in a high level programming language, sir? That polymorphism is achieved through two things. Number one is function overloading. Number two is operator overloading. Again I will tell you, polymorphism is achieved through two things. Number one is function overloading and number two is operator overloading. That about we will see again clearly. Sir, what is the definition of polymorphism? My dear children, the ability of an object, to respond, the ability of an object to respond differently to different messages, then it is called polymorphism. Sir, this definition is okay, sir. The ability of an object to respond differently to different messages. Sir, practically how can we understand, sir? As a hotel server, many guests came for that hotel. Clear? A server for ordering, one couple of people ordering for chapati, one person's what couple of pair ordering for in a buri, and then idli, and etc. etc. As a server is a respond to ordered what they are ordered, the same response properly. Same thing here. The ability of an object to respond differently to different messages, then it is called polymorphism. That's why this is very, very important concept. In the polymorphism is achieved through two things. Number one is a function overloading. Okay. Number two is an operator overloading. Okay. These two function, these two overloading is an achievement of the polymorphism. Okay, my dear children. Can we go to now next level concept? We will see one by one. These two methods, programming, no, can you make a program? So what is function overloading represent? What is operator overloading represent? We can say later. The real meaning in naturally, constructor means creation, destructor means destroy. But in the programming, high level programming language also, constructor and destructor, these two functions are very, very important one thing. Why? Because constructor means is initialized 0. That's why initial value, any subjects, initial value means 0. Same thing in computer language also, constructor means initialized 0. That value should be declared or created another things, means the destructor will destroy. So constructor and destructor, these two very, very special concepts in programming, high level programming languages. Can we go with a very, very important concept? That important concept and same thing more powerful in programming languages. This is a very, very important one mark questions. Which of the following is an most powerful in OOPS? Option A, class. Option B, object. Option C, polymorphism. Option D, inheritance. So the answer is inheritance. Same another one mark. Which of the following is an most important in C++? Option A, classes and object. Option B, constructor and destructor. Option C, encapsulation and polymorphism. Option D, all of these. The most important concept in C++ means classes and object. But now can I explain about inheritance? Can we start now? Okay. What is an inheritance? My dear children, inheritance is a natural process. Sir, that natural process, how can we happen, sir? So the proper definition of an inheritance, the process of acquiring the base class properties into derived class properties. Okay, so the process of acquiring the base class properties into derived class properties, then it is known as or called as inheritance. Okay, in this inheritance, the main thing is, first one is base class, and then derived class. Okay, here the process of acquiring the base class properties into derived class properties, then it is called as inheritance. So this is a base class. Okay, this is a derived class. Sir, you explained, sir. Guru as a teacher or guru. Okay, teacher is a base class. Okay, Shishya, children. Okay, so and then Shishya. Okay, Shishya is a derived class. So Shishya is a follow the guru. Okay, so the process of acquiring the base class properties into derived class properties, then it is called as inheritance. This is a many important and powerful in high level programming languages in Python. In this inheritance, different types are there. So normally the inheritance, there are 5 types. What they are, sir? They are, number 1 is a single inheritance. Number 2, multiple inheritance. And then number 3, multi-level inheritance. Number 4 is a hybrid inheritance. The finally is a hierarchical, hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so there are 5 types of inheritance. Number 1 is single inheritance. Number 2 is a multiple inheritance, and then multi-level inheritance, and then hybrid inheritance. Finally, hierarchical inheritance. So one by one we will see. First, single inheritance. Sir, what is single inheritance, sir? Single inheritance means, my dear children, only one base class and only one derived class. Only one base class, only one derived class. It means this is called single inheritance. Example, father and son. Here son is a derived class, father is a base class. Okay. Next, this is a multiple inheritance. The multiple inheritance means Here single inheritance means only one base class and then one derived class. But multiple inheritance means two or more base classes and then only one derived class. This is called multiple inheritance. Two or more base classes, it's followed by only one derived class. Okay, this is called multiple inheritance. Sir, example you tell you, sir. Here what I am saying, example, father and then mother, these two base class. So follow the children, son or daughter. Okay, simply daughter. So the daughter is followed by father is one of the base class, mother is another one base class. So two or more base classes and only one derived class. So then it is called multiple inheritance. Okay, yes. Now can I say about multi-level inheritance? The multi-level inheritance is a, you are living in our lifestyle. What's our living in our lifestyle? Our living in our life is a what? Multi-level inheritance related. How, sir? Can I explain now? Multi-level means simply another one name is that it is called transitive nature. This is called transitive nature. Sir, how, sir? Father, sorry, grandfather, father and son. Okay, the son is a derived class of father. The father is a derived class of grandfather. Okay, my dear children, these three things are there: grandfather, father and son. So grandfather derived class is a father and then father derived class is a son. So this type of inheritance is a multi-level inheritance. Hybrid inheritance. My dear children, hybrid inheritance means what? Hybrid means combination for both multiple and multi-level. Okay, example I will tell you. Hybrid inheritance means both multiple and multi-level. Okay, these two types, both multiple and multi-level types of inheritance is a hybrid inheritance. Clear? So in this multiple and multi-level types of inheritance is a hybrid inheritance. Example I will tell you. Okay, yes. For what? Here father, mother and then student or children and then teacher. Okay, yes. In this method, father is a one of the base class and another mother is one of the base class, son. Sir, two or more base classes is deriving in one. Derived classes means simply we called as this type is a multiple inheritance. Okay, now again I will tell you, sir, these types. Here this is a son is a derived class, mother is a base class. In this mother is a derived class, teacher or grandmother Okay, grandfather or grandmother. Sir, in this grandmother, so followed by mother is a derived class. Derived class. In this son is a subderived class. It's nothing but son is a derived class means mother is a base class. Mother is a derived class means grandmother is a base class. So, is this transitive nature? Grandmother, mother and son. These type of inheritance is nothing but multi-level. Okay, so in this method is a hybrid inheritance. Why? Because father and mother, these two people are base classes. Son is a derived class, so combined together simply we called multiple inheritance. And then here grandmother, mother and son. Grandmother derived class is mother, mother derived class is son. Son base class is mother and mother base class is grandmother. This type of inheritance is multi-level inheritance. These two types inheritance in a single program means this is called hybrid inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. My dear children, the hierarchical inheritance is nothing but only one base classes is followed by many derived classes. The derived classes are D1, D2, D3, D4, D5. These are derived classes but followed by only one base classes. Example, I will tell you. In a classroom, as a teacher handling in a subject, but all the children simply we call students, okay, S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5, but all the children getting information from the teacher. But here the role of a teacher is a base class and students S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, these children are derived classes. So what I am saying, the finally only one base class is based on many derived classes. Is there means this type of inheritance is nothing but hierarchical inheritance. Okay, my dear children, these are only concepts. In future, these type of inheritance, these type of polymorphism methods, and then what is the type of classes and object, these methods, how can we use making a program, where we will use, how can we use this about, clearly I will tell you. Okay, again quick remember, start initiate from class from to end. Can I quick review? First we learn, so what is Python, and then what is computer, and then we learn what is hardware and software, and then we learn high level programming language, simply we called OOPS concept. What are called OOPS concept? We studied that OOPS concept based classes, object, encapsulation, polymorphism, constructor and destructor, and then inheritance. These are all the concepts we learned today. In future, the next class will continue how to make program and etc. etc. So thanks for your kind cooperation for this session. Thank you, my dear children.